It's your boy Moseefus, the 20 view king, and everything I do get 20 views. Woo! Once again, we in the house doing the album reviews. Shout out to Ace the Oracle, our second bonus album review earner. And he said he want us to react to Deca. Now, all right, so let's prerequisite this. Deca is, I think, your third favorite artist on I think it's, or second. Might be second. I don't know. I don't know. I did all that, but I think it might be second because I know A$AP Rocky is his favorite, and I think Deca might be his second. Or Homeboy Sandman might be his second, and Deca third, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, third. So he's just kind of high up there, you know what I mean? And Ace is an MC himself, so it means a lot to him to actually be putting you up there because he's a fan of lyricism. So we're gonna take that in mind as we do this album review. My criticism on Deca has always been he's a little bit too flowery for me, a little bit too fluffy. But we're gonna go into this appreciating lyricism and looking for some type of mental stimulation, because that's what he's gonna come with, man. Deca's a mental guy, very, very mental with his bars. How many music videos in this? Only one music video out of this. 2 music videos, it looks like. Did we do these 2? I think we actually might have done these 2 videos already. All right, check this out. We're gonna do this in 2 parts. All right, y'all. Let's go. This is Morning intro. Doom. I forgot about Doom. 20 birdie views.
Hello there. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. Who are you?
See, already over here trying to make niggas think and shit. But who are you?
Every passing day, we become aware of many divisions within the inner circle of the self. Sometimes telling us of hopes unrealized and dreams that will not rest until they incarnate themselves in us. All the while we pull back, but they will not let us go. In soundless movement there floats up through all the chambers of his being, encompassing all the tongued cries from many cells, one word.
So that's serpents, birds. One word, God. Okay. There's serpents and birds all around here and whatnot. These things is birds.
In the false light of blind progress, the future looks bright. Take a...
All right, run back. This is false light.
In the false light of blind progress, the future looks bright. Take a second, let your eyes readjust.
In the false light of blind progress, the future looks bright. Ooh.
In the false light of blind progress, the future looks bright. Take a second, let your eyes readjust. Years fly by like days, feel the rush. We consume the earth while the earth consumes us. Quick, fill the void, build, destroy. It started with the word, kill the noise. I'm trying to find a cure for the darkness I've observed, where a spark of life emerged from an archetypal urge and harmonizing birds.
He's coming out real strong. I see why you put him up there, Ace. I definitely see why you put him up there in your rankings.
Sang the praise of a new day. You gotta break a few eggs to make a souffle. The few that know the way through the maze aim to loosen the chains and lay the groundwork for a future age. See the soothsayer full gaze as a toupee sipping Kool-Aid made by the prison guards. See the dreamer on a fool's crusade in a strange land trying to bend back prison bars. The vision rose when the well was full, driven to excel and grow, freed from a cell that was self-imposed. Placed a seed in the velvet rose, waited 9 months and watched the brainchild emerge from its hellish woes. I got a palace that my muse holds down, that's fit for a king with the fool's gold crown. Nestled in the shadow of a basilisk with 7 heads, where mass confusion's on the rise like...
Nestled in the shadow of a basilisk with 7 heads. I think the basilisk he's referred to as like a long ass snake and shit. I know that from playing freaking Ark and whatnot. That's crazy.
palace at my muse holds.
I appreciate you, Silky.
Fit for a king with the
Appreciate
gold
that.
crown. Nestled in the shadow of a basilisk with 7 heads, where mass confusion's on the rise like leavened bread. From this vantage, I can see a man in need, on his hands and knees, pleading with the tyrant that he can't appease. A serpent's coil round the roots of our family tree, and birds of paradise are perched on the canopy. Grant us amnesty to seed the dry earth and turn the wasteland into the Eden where we thrive first. All the signs say the end days are coming. Tears flood the valley, peeling back the layers of this onion.
Tears flow the valley, peeling back the layers of this onion. So far, so good, Ace. So far, so
Separating
fire.
light rays from the hemlock and deadly nightshade. Find your way home before the light fades. Through life's maze like caged mice, with men that fell from grace and great heights and ate the fateful apple at a ripe age. A sight to behold, a construct to follow blind, while vultures circle us with eyes like dollar signs. Seek solace, find hearts that pump liquid collagen prime to scrawl away their souls on the dotted line. I need release from the chaos, the pagan.
So his vocabulary is only going to be ranked up there with cats like Aesop. Like he has such a wide usage of vocabulary when spitting his bars. Like he's not going back to the same words over and over. It's all making crazy sense. This is fire. So far, so fire.
The backroom deals, the global chessboard, the stray shots that tear through flesh when empires face off and despots reduce men to biometric stage props. A smile that could heal the sickness of the world lights the living room like forgotten visions of a girl dancing in the rain, telling me the story of creation. Alpha to Omega, Genesis to Revelation.
Something just
Okay.
happens. Something
That's
just
false
opens.
light.
There was a
Okay,
kind
fire,
of flash.
fire.
The air around you
Hey, did we do clay
and you can
pigeon
feel the liquid.
and on the dream? I think we did. I feel like we did.
And everyone in the world
Like those
heard
might
their
be in
name,
drafts
and
right now,
everyone in
actually.
the world heard their name.
The creative power working through the mind of man has produced.
I know I have 2 Decas in draft right
We
now.
have learned
That might
how
get
to
dropped
release
soon.
vast sources of energy, and we've learned how to make wonderful machines. We can travel around the world in a few days. All this has brought humanity under the action of immensely strong.
We did do clay
material
pigeon.
forces.
Yeah. That's what I
We do not
thought.
dominate.
But we didn't do on the dream?
Last of a dying, breed on the path to find.
Yeah, no, we did this before. We definitely did this one before. I remember this beat. Or maybe I just know this song. All right, so we skipped Clay Pigeons because we did it before, but we're going to jump to All in the Dream.
Last of a dying, breed on the path to find it, lamb laying in the lap of a lion, laughing and crying with the magnifying, glass to rewind, looking back at time. Look so long I forgot to live. God forbid they put a nail in the coffin lid, and I don't give what I got to give. You gotta play.
We
your
did
part
All in the
before you
Dream,
cross the
yeah.
bridge. A bird perched on the grand set.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
whole lot
one.
of devils in the
Yeah,
man's head.
we
I
did
agree.
this. All right, so I don't want to waste. You think we should listen anyway? Wait, why not? Why not? We'll listen to this one. All right, cool.
I see him dance in my skull. There's some things that we can't control. He said he saw it all from a tree of knowledge.
So Ace feels like we should listen anyway since it's part of a complete album to make the album flow. I do respect that because
Creative
a lot of artists actually intend for their albums to be played from start to finish because of the composition of music, and I don't want to violate his vision in any way. Gotta have some respect for Deca out here.
working through the mind of man has produced.
Respect the man's art, right?
We have learned how to release vast sources of energy, and we've learned how to make wonderful machines. We can travel around the world in a few days. All this has brought humanity under the action of immensely strong material forces. We do not dominate these forces, they dominate us. Life on Earth is getting more and more complicated every generation. There's no room for the inner life.
back to work, separating grassroots from astroturf. As half-truths they tried to pass off as facts emerge. Keep me tethered to the ground, bring me back to earth when I blast off and take my place in the galactic church. I'm trying to grasp light and dark's vacillations in the white room with black curtains at the station. Cream makes the world spin like dervishes and Daytons and leads men astray into the serpent's machinations. With strictures and cave wall flicks to hypnotize, I eat my daily tripe with bare hands, it's undignified. The mantra on the cloven tongue of mammoths like nails on a chalkboard inside the stomach of a white whale. Eyes popping out the sockets, watching profits line pockets, and the price of bought and sold souls skyrocket. Walk a road, rob with skulls, not with gold, fraught with signs, roadblocks, and obstacles that defy logic. Life's a package deal. You take the beautiful days with dark nights and dance with Maya in the starlight, it's alright. We wax and we wane. There's wildflowers growing from the cracks in my brain. Dry your eyes, revitalize, alive and well, practicing my aim by a grave of fireflies that felt like Simon Magus from the sky and hit the ground.
What do you think is falling down?
Right as rain falls, sent to pacify the violent flames. Hydroplaned on torrential teardrops of crying shame. Find your lane, find the book of life, sign your name. Lose your way, hit creative brick walls. Times have changed, is it? Art or artifice, sleight of hand parlor tricks, arsenic or medicine, hellbound or heaven sent. Sound of sirens, we're here on earth stranded, where the seeds of my present pathos were first planted. If words are weapons, I'll address and press every issue and spit bullets that'll rip through your connective tissue. The priest and guard gave us sin, fire and brimstone, and said it's either devil's nectar or holy water to wet your whistle. But love alone could turn thistles into daffodils. So no dogma for me, thanks, I had my fill. Had my fill of powder, black tar, acid pills, Catholic guilt, and running from my problems like it's track and field. Life's a package deal. You take the beautiful days with dark nights and dance with Maya in the starlight, it's alright. We wax and we wane. There's wildflowers growing from the cracks in my brain. Dry your eyes, revitalize, alive and well, practicing my aim by a grave of fireflies that felt like Simon Magus from the sky and hit the ground.
What do you think is falling down?
This is good too. This is a very good one too. For some reason, I don't recall doing that as much as I know I've heard All in a Dream before. Like, I know I've heard this one before. That's crazy. Wildflowers going from the crack of my brain. This flow on this one's crazy.
There's a whole lot of devils in a man's head. I agree, I can see him dance in my skull. There's some things that we can't control. He said he saw it all from a tree and launch in the garden life, from bright days to the darkest nights, and that the pain of life was a part of the fight that made a saint of the Buddha and the martyr of Christ. In fact, as the world wets and the mother of all reflects back what exists in us. The aim is to learn what I came here to learn. I was Edenville bound, but I missed the bus, missed the train, mystified.
Mr. 10, how do you feel?
Like Harry Holler, a Howard Bill, trying to tighten those screws with the power drill. To lay the foundation on sacred ground, I gotta build, even when you break me down. I gotta deal with myself or escape this town. In the belly where the venomous snakes abound. A barbed wire crown, hunker down, safe and sound with the blinds drawn. I let my mind wander and explore the depths. We get pulled in the ocean when the tide's strong. All in a dream, all in a vision. All is forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with a bang. And you don't have a scapegoat, you're the only person to blame. Focus in, look at faith in his broken limbs, and a man with the cobra skin. He asked for a hand that you won't extend. It had an 80 milligram and a dope syringe. All in a dream, all in a vision. All is forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with a bang. And you don't have a scapegoat, you're the only person to blame. Came from the city of the lost, where everything pure gets nailed to a cross. Every now and then you escape the facade. Every deep breath you inhale the exhaust. The mind adapts, I need reminders to mind the gaps.
So now I'm thinking I'm confused actually with Mammoth's mantra. So I've heard this before, but then I'm pretty sure I freaking confused this with Mammoth's mantra when I did hear it the first time.
Paradigms designed to bind and trap. You can bite and scratch, split hairs with the iron axe, but don't throw me in the briar patch through a glass.
It's got a similar bass line. Yeah, I think I said that before, right?
Laying in the lion's lap while the trumpets blare and the sirens blast. Yesterday I had a debt to pay, I owed apologies for my escapades with no rhyme or reason for the mess I made. It was Dionysian, but less depraved. I'm adept at laying to rest all the best things when the needle hits a red on the pressure gauge. Kept in a cage, suppressing rage till it builds up and we go our separate ways. All in a dream, all in a vision. All is forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with
yeah, this is in drafts.
You're the only person to blame. focusing. Look at Pathan's broken limbs and a man with the cobra skin. He asked for a hand that you won't extend. It had an 80 milligram and a dope syringe.
I'll probably drop it tomorrow,
All
actually.
in the vision, all this forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with a bang. And you don't have a scapegoat, you're the only person to blame. Came from the city of the lost, where everything pure gets nailed to a cross. Every now and then you escape the facade. Every deep breath you inhale the exhaust.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the better joints I've ever heard by him.
There's an industrial ruling class on this planet.
This is the fifth track already?
They own socialism. They
I gotta figure out how I'm gonna structure this out. This is gonna go fast.
They own it all.
So,
And they
very
have us
short
worrying
album.
about which one is
A
better
lot of
than the
interludes
other.
and shit.
Which vampire is the best?
Why has the CIA been permitted to run brutal, covert actions? Why are
We might do this in one big video, y'all. I think we're gonna just do this all the way through.
Media functions. That what's being reported.
But after this, we'll do halftime. Cool, yeah, we're gonna do this all the way through, then we're gonna do halftime, and then we're gonna do shuffles for the rest of the night. That cool with y'all?
Oh, a multitude and diversity of lies having consequence come to be believed in.
Got some dope production on this joint, I tell you that.
As the crow flies through moonlight, I might lift me up again. Fuck a co-pilot, dumb high, still feel like half a man. Did you notice when the moon turned red?
Ooh.
Did you notice that the moon turned red?
You think so? I already do.
Didn't you notice when the moon turned red? Did you notice when the moon turned red?
Flashing red and blue lights, dancing in the moonlight. Tears flood the valley when the mood's right. Choose life instead of shooting dice with death and testing fate. We're trudging through the depths of hell to get to heaven's gates. A man dressed in black said to let go. Smiled like a white light and led you by the hand across the threshold. Some are doomed from the get-go. Soon as they put the flame to spawn, their names are added to the rising death toll. A red rose blooms in old bowls rig. How'd you let the monsters in your skull grow so big? Who's a real dope man? The one that's pressing up the pills. The government operatives that turn the powder into krills. I went to see my PO and nodded out while talking. Fell asleep behind the wheel and wound up in the coffin. Fought 1,000 battles with the voices in my head and cried out for a helping hand to raise me from the dead.
The crow flies through moonlight, I might lift
Yeah, he's nice.
Fuck a co-pilot, dumb high, still feel
This is definitely a good pick here, Ace. Good way to illustrate the skills and the upsides of this artist.
Didn't you notice when the moon turned red? Did you notice when the moon turned red?
Notice when the moon turned red.
A red moon's climbing, clawing at the night sky, stealing diamonds out of heaven's vault, telling white lies. On the bright side, the source of all this. But how we get from that to this? Drag around a bag of bricks, crashing whips, clashing with the basilisk, masochist, self-flagellating, cracking whips, trying to scratch an itch. At night I wish upon a fallen asterisk. Here today, the next they disappear like a magic trick. Preach Lee Bryan, Scape Schmees and Trey Pass. My OG, the color gray pass. They were raindrops on stained glass. You become detached, running fast. Keep it all under wraps. Lightning strikes, thunder claps. Through an obstacle course of gnashing teeth, I wade through the sewage trying to practice what I preach. The beast knows how to orchestrate a little peep show where dancing inside the maze shed the layers of their sheep clothes.
2 lace blunts, my face numb, yeah, smoke Novocaine. 3 drink cups, still can't face up to his hold on me. 4 G's mush, we free love like it's Burning Man. 5-0 cut, search my trunk like an elephant. 2 sips ketamine, toxic fentanyl. We fuck federally, tell me what the schedule be. Work was heavy.
Who is this?
Shit got hectic. I dropped the weight like anorexic. I'm out the mix, no Brexit. If it hit different, I sell it.
I'm about to mix, no Brexit.
All on my celly. We back home in a second. Cheese eggs in my belly. Love, love, love.
That's the first feature I heard on the album. Godby, is that who that was? Godby? Oh, is it delivered to my door? Alright, this is... Oh, interlude. Oh, okay. I didn't hear them ring, I guess. Did y'all hear a bell ringing? I can't hear with these headphones. Alright, you gonna say something? Oh, nah. Alright, so there's 12 cuts on this. This is number 7. We're gonna be done in 10 minutes? Yeah, about 10 minutes. Give or take. You could have took a couple of these interludes out and put another song on the shit, Deca.
No legs to fly. We've all been blessed with wings of our own.
How many birds has legs?
Recognize the patterns that emerge when the self-righteous herb strikes a maladapted nerve. Had the urge to snap and leave him fractured on the curb. I recall the confrontation, but the aftermath's a blur. Deterred by a Venus wrapped in furs. Inside the ring and aim to sabotage my happy ever afterwards. In dark moods, she'll remove your heart using sharp tools. Feed you to the sharks, leave you bleeding on the bar stool. Leave the fruit alone. Go pet the dog with 3 heads on a leash in front that's chewing on a human bone. And dream about Elysian fields where you used to roam. A new day dawning and the promise of your future.
So that's the second time I've heard Elysian Fields referenced. There's a song, Elysian Fields. I don't even remember who the artist was. And I have no idea what it means, but now I've heard it again.
Dog with 3 heads on a leash in front that's chewing on a human bone. And dream about Elysian fields where you used to roam. A new day
I need to look that up to figure out what the hell those are.
It's scorched earth outside,
what are Elysian
more
fields?
than I can stomach. Lit a stick with fire stolen from the highest summit. Somewhere in the furnace sweating out the toxins. Where snake oil merchants peddle rebel angel doctrines. There's no place like home base. Maneuver through a soulscape. Stone-faced, moving at my own pace. Dodging pitfalls and titans while they clash. Plucking wings off of hummingbirds and fighting over scraps.
Many questions are still unanswered. How do they find their way?
Ace said this is one where the rapper meshes with the beat on another level. Definitely meshing with the beat. It's flowing very well.
Welcome to my habitat. You're free to watch the spin doctor spin in Stetson hazmats. You can check my ass cap, take a lap around my lap.
Okay, so this is another feature. It's not telling me who these people are that are featured.
As we walk in, welcome to my habitat. You're free to watch the spin doctor spin in Stetson hazmats. You can check my ass cap, take a lap around my lap. Take a ride inside the mad mind of Gandalf Pendergrass. Gobstoppers, everlasting flavor countries where I'm at. Used to be the rants in Mangalore, Ganesh, I buy a pack. No use in denying facts. The truth is I'm lying back and letting life arrive on God's almanac. Rewind the track to find the sum. I use this as a rule of thumb. Time it used to bruise me with its lacking nature. Give me some, but I'm an eternal being, so keep it charity. It seems my nature's on the side of cherished rarities and particle beams. The article genuine, gentleman, genteel giant with a way to a means. Making my plan no matter the day, no matter the time, it's in my genes. Divine steam, precise aim with a crystal beam. Cut a man down with a missile stream. Spit like a hummingbird beak and lean in when I grip my teeth. Is this a dream?
Projected on the inner screen.
Eli's dope.
There's no place
I've always thought Eli was dope.
Trying to find a path through an underworld of hungry ghosts fighting over scraps.
Who are you?
Trying to find a path from an underworld of hungry ghosts
get out there
fighting over
and
scraps.
learn to see, to look, and to enjoy.
We've all been blessed with wings.
Freaking hangnails pissing me the fuck off. I don't even know if these are considered hangnails. You know, on the side of your cuticle, when the shit be sticking up. But if you rip it off too much, you start bleeding.
This can turn any
take that shit.
Well,
Curiosity shop.
found the secret of this powerful force.
I would like to show you how this principle works on a human being.
Take him down to the cellar.
As sure as a spooky place.
It's the worst, man.
What's down there?
Monkey paws, shrunken heads, esoteric Boy Scouts in aprons in the red fez, keepers of the Eden snake's knowledge of pharaoh secrets that trace their lineage to high priests in Egypt. The Babel Tower builders, knowers and initiates, solving quantum Rubik's cubes, decoding arithmetic. Something about the general vibe made my knee jerk. The alchemist pursuits led to gain of function research. Kill your morbid fascination with the strange and the sickly trees that sprang from the offspring of Cain. You'll know them by their fruits or lack thereof. Identify the weeds, gain the ground, and pull them by the roots like hair plugs. Bald-faced lies, power-driven golems in the cave, hoarding pseudo-knowledge of the cosmic algorithm.
This is a different flow, yeah. This is.
Eagle eyes, be advised. Careful who and what you deify. I heard your allegory shrouded the eternal, but peel the layers back.
You pulled them back? I try to pull them forward.
Ego-based mystery for mystery's sake.
Like
Counter
pull them
to
out.
the highest tide, pulling fish from this lake. Take it slow, hold my head below the H2O, where lotuses and lilies grow in golden ratios. Far from the futurist transhuman religion, and charlatans passing off their hubris as wisdom. We below, seeking gold, deep below, thumbing through the secret scrolls, watching crows and salamanders decompose. The sweetness of a rose should be your only goal. Joyful tears that flood the dry earth to feed your lonely soul. Pay no mind to curiosities and sphinx riddles, grimoires, coded language, and
I saw this picture on Reddit. This woman. We talking about some totally old. Listen, my co-host of chat. It is this picture on Reddit. This woman was farming freaking walnuts, black walnuts, and her hand was totally black. Everybody was like, "Yo, this shit gonna look like frostbite this whole winter." Because apparently, black walnut is one of the strongest dyes there is known to man and shit. They said people do like henna tattoos with it.
Ego-based mystery for mystery's sake. Counter to the highest tide, pulling fish from this lake. Take it slow, hold my head below the H2O, where lotuses and lilies grow in golden ratios. Far from the futurist transhuman new religion, and charlatans passing off their hubris as wisdom. We below, seeking gold, deep below, thumbing through the secret scrolls, watching crows and salamanders decompose. The sweetness of a rose should be your only goal. Joyful tears that flood the dry earth to feed your lonely soul. Pay no mind to curiosities and sphinx riddles, grimoires, coded language, and magic sigils, and leave the hive-minded to their Solomos and secrecy.
So you should do using BlackRock and shit.
I believe in miracles, but not magic bullets, and approach my soapbox pulpit with monastic focus. A tiny fraction of this whole galactic magnum opus, watching globalists scour the planet like a plague of locusts.
You agree, right?
It's death from above across the globe. Philosophic pyrite, they turn to lead for death squads to lock
That'd be a dope team up, yo.
The rage pressure breeds when they murder all our prophets and fill their pockets with gold.
Okay, that was pretty good. So I ain't been rating these songs. My bad, Ace. I ain't been rating them the way I should have been rating them. But I think everything's been above a 7 or an 8 by far. So far, my favorite one has been All in the Dream, probably. That's probably my favorite song so far. And the joint right before this with Eli was what was that? Curiosity Shop? Yeah. So I think those might be my favorite 2 so far. But I ain't been doing the ratings. I'm slipping on my pimping. My bad. Come on, man. Stop playing YouTube.
What's the word?
I blame YouTube for everything. I press the wrong button on my mouse on YouTube, but
let's dig until we hit the bedrock. Life is but a dream, a way station to the next stop. Let's talk, more direct shots to your bread box, while despots turn the third rock into a sweatshop. We need room to breathe, sustenance for the soul. See the forest for the trees, feel the planet's push and pull. A few took a step and shook the globe, somewhere off the crooked road, facing tribulations out the book of Job. The aim's to clip cast and net strings attached. Hell's bells toll when you let your dreams lapse on the quest for greenbacks where kings clash. Set the scene, think fast, catch a flash of light and let the ink splash. Here we are past the point of no return. Nerves frayed, shocked, watching while the world slowly burns. The flesh turns to compost, to ashes in the urn. Flowers for the fallen, food to feed the maggots and the worms.
Ooh.
Pause and reflect. Jolted out of sleep with death's claws on my neck. There's tattered rags waving in the dawn's early light, and swine pointing pistols at the songbird in flight. The empire's unhinged, the eagles all bones, and wolves guard the global hen house we call home. Their minds eye closed as their power drive grew, but they'll never sap the essence from a flower like you. Once upon a sci-fi plot, shocked by the prospect of lying in the pine box, we saw the sky drop. The latest pretext to peek inside of my thoughts and treat the huddled masses like livestock. A wasteland of group thought and countless psyops where prying eyes watch. And use fear to
he's like an MC for MCs.
Red and blue association games, Machiavellian methods and tools to short circuit the able brain. We wake up
like I'm over here thinking about the fact that he doesn't have no hype music. And to expect him to do hype music is almost like disrespecting the fact that he's so great at what he does. So like it's the same reason why I would fault him for not being able to do certain types of music, the same reason I would commend him because he is true to his craft. He's definitely a rapper for other rappers. He's not for the radio. He's not for casual hip hop fans. He's for real hip hop purists. Like, you know what I mean?
For a sec, they rock us back to sleep. Quantify our habits, feed the data to the beast. Pull strings,
very Black Thought-ish in that way.
A circus, and salt psychic wounds that fester beneath the surface. It's all low and smooth as tumbled stone. Place one in the slingshot and name it that Goliath in the Thunderdome. Troubadour taught to place faith and love alone. Blood and bone, driven from the land of milk and honeycomb. Pause and reflect. Jolted out of sleep with death's claws on my neck. There's tattered rags waving in the dawn's early light, and swine pointing pistols at the songbird in flight. The empire's unhinged, the eagles all bones, and wolves guard the global hen house we call home. Their minds eye closed as their power drive grew, but they'll never sap the essence from
ever
a
trying to make
like
a club
you.
hit or a female song for the ladies and shit. You know what I mean? He's rapping and he's trying to put message and meaning in his bars. He's spitting, you know, real MC bars and teaching. 'Cause at the end of the day, like, hip hop is supposed to have some type of message, supposed to be teaching something. We're approaching the end. This is the interlude, and we're going to be to the last song. This Way Station, the interlude. And we're gonna do halftime right after this, y'all. We're gonna put the ones and the spinners in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Snakes and Birds by Deca. Shout out Ace the Oracle. Got that bonus review in. Join Moseefus on the Patreon. You get a chance to get these free, well, your first album review once you get $40 donated. I think that's a good offer to my people. So I think it's a good offer to my people.
The little birds fly, and the hills are all covered with sheep.
You can't hear me at all? Oh. Oh, you got an advertisement. That means you should subscribe. You can rewind it, right? Rewind it and then fast forward right afterwards so that you can be here in time for the spin to win. I wasn't saying nothing important. I was just shouting out with everybody. You know how we do.
We were all a dream in a little bird's heart, and the heart had to burst in order for everything to truly come into existence.
I need to walk through the
yeah, lovely lurker.
And believe it when a drop of blood says, listen.
Oh wow, really? I didn't know that.
And simpler than you think it.
This is the title track, okay. Snakes and Birds, the title track of the album.
We are getting nowhere.
The warning is
shout out Silky. Always promoting the channel.
Live from the snake pit, equipped with free will to twist fate with. Dwarfed by the towers we build, let's switch places. Ever since I quit the day shift, my vision's LASIK. They give a man a shovel and pick to dig his grave with. The cruel subterfuge used to fuel hatred by the state sock puppets and pundits with two faces. Got us at each other's throats, father for the same tricks. Facing Earth's birth pangs and tectonic plate shifts. She gyrates, I watch her shake like jello mold. Walk across oceans, hopscotch, archipelagos. Well disposed to tell tales seldom told about worlds within worlds that can't be seen through your telescopes. If nothing sacred, you can mold it how you see fit. Strip mine the globe, recode the double helix, split atoms in half, reduce men to lab rats, and open up a Pandora's box of other secrets. Playing roles, plugging holes in the sinking ship. Ill-equipped to wield the power at our fingertips. Confronted by a diamond back in the wilderness that offered me the global village on a silver dish. I declined, said I won't be pushed, filed, stamped, index, brief, debriefed, or numbered by.
Sounds very spirit guide. It sounds very spirit guided. Like he also was on some type of hallucinogens. Talking about fantasy world where he runs into a diamondback rattlesnake that gives him a kingdom and shit. Like,
low, recode the double helix, split you those birds with since I quit the day shift.
I'm running back to the top.
Says, listen, paradise is never far away, and simpler than you think it, think it, think it, think it.
We have the feeling we are getting nowhere.
The warning has passed unnoticed.
All right. Live from the snake pit, equipped with free will to twist fate with. Dwarfed by the towers we build, let's switch places. Ever since I quit the day shift, my vision's LASIK. They give a man a shovel and pick to dig his grave with. The cruel subterfuge used to fuel hatred by the state sock puppets and pundits with two faces. Got us at each other's throats, father for the same tricks. Facing Earth's birth pangs and tectonic plate shifts. She gyrates, I watch her shake like jello mold. Walk across oceans, hopscotch archipelagos. Well disposed to tell tales seldom told about worlds within worlds that can't be seen through your telescopes. If nothing sacred, you can mold it how you see fit. Strip mine the globe, recode the double helix, split atoms in half, reduce men to lab rats, and open up a Pandora's box of other secrets. Playing roles, plugging holes in the sinking ship. Ill-equipped to wield the power at our fingertips. Confronted by a diamond back in the wilderness that offered me the global village on a silver dish. I declined, said I won't be pushed, filed, stamped, index, brief, debriefed, or numbered bottom line. Divided by design, find peace of mind in the broken promised land where the blind lead the blind. The show's coming to a close, told what the future holds. Soul shedding human clothes, pulled from the crucible. A head full of dreams, a heart wrapped in razor wire. Throwing snakes in the stomach, acid lake of fire. When I was young, my hands slipped off the highest rung. I prepped the chemicals for liftoff and life begun. A fist-sized knot, fresh dip, extra dapper, slider glass, slipper on, and live happy ever after. Tell the second chapter about the light trapped inside the flesh and wolves running wild in the shepherd's pasture. Running from the violent flames and the hunger pangs, cleansed in the fire, baptized by the summer rain. Heads hung in chain, faces in our palms purge what no longer serves. Hatchlings turn to songbirds and try to paint a picture of a world beyond words. On terra firma, only love conquers monsters. Playing roles, plugging holes in the sinking ship.
He's on this love shit a lot. That was my
original by a diamond back in the wilderness that offered me the global village on a silver dish. I declined, said I won't be pushed, filed, stamped, index, brief, debriefed, or numbered by the line. Divided by design. Find peace of mind in the broken promised land where the blind lead the blind.
That was Deca, Snakes and Birds. That was a good album. That was a damn good album. The damn good album. Damn great spitting, great choice of beats. My knock would be that, you know, it's not a complete delivery of entertainment. You know, it's for hip hop heads. And as a hip hop head, I appreciated it. It's just what he don't do, and the reason why he's marginalized, or what he's marginalized, in my opinion, is the fact that that's what he does. All he does is rap. He don't give you much different, voice switches. There's like maybe one different flow in there, but his flow is very much what his flow is. But his vocabulary and his messages and like his cadence, I wouldn't say his cadence is bad. It just is very much in one pocket, you know what I mean? No other types of genres on that album. You know, no real hooks. You know, the hooks were real basic. You know, no bridges. It wasn't complete songs as much as spitting. You know, those were. What would you call those? What would you call those if you don't call them songs? Those were just like tracks. Yeah, tracks. I would say those are tracks more than songs. Definitely. But that's dope. Like, his main subjects are like anti-establishment, companionship, addiction. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I see that. Yeah, I like that album. That was dope, man. Shout out Ace the Oracle, man. Bonus album review winner over here. That was a good pick, man. That was a good pick for me to solidify my appreciation for what Deca does. He's definitely up there with the lyricists. As far as lyrical rappers, he's one of the best I've ever heard. All right, we can end that. Nah, I don't think he cares either, and he shouldn't. He has a strong fan base.